And Guru, I might sometimes, just go. We are live right now, but I'm just
Yeah,
chatting with you.
lovely.
I might sometimes just,
Hey, what happened?
but
She
I'm
came back.
there. I'm
You are there
there.
now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just putting the spotlight on you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do
So
we
hi.
start?
Yes, we'll start right now. We are already live. I'll do a
Mhm.
small introduction. We'll wait for a couple of people to join in because I know it's midday and I don't know how many folks will join in, but we do make an article out of it. We do send it out to our emailers. So yeah,
My colleague is showing it to me how it looks. Is it okay? I
okay,
don't think so.
yeah, it's okay. So we'll wait for a couple of minutes, and I've got 11 questions for you.
Already. Oh, you have
Yeah,
got 11. Okay, okay.
yeah, I've got 11. So I'll just say hi to everybody joining in.
First time I'm doing something on a StreamYard. I am comfortable with Teams, Google, or anything. But this looks clear. Unlike the others, this is very clear.
Yeah, so this is amazing because you can interact with people, and
Mhm.
earlier we used to do it on Zoom, as I told you. Here, folks can attend, they can see you, they can hear you speak, and they'll ask you questions, which will feature on
Wow,
your screen.
lovely.
Yeah, yeah. So we got 17 people. Okay.
What did I do? Okay, I'm okay.
Okay. So, hi everyone. Welcome to the Finance Story LinkedIn Live series, where we bring you industry experts to share trends, market insights, and learnings. So, our topic for today is how CA firms can scale in India and if 2024 can be a game changer for CA firms. So, to help us understand more on this, we have with us Guru Prasad sir, who's the founder and managing partner at Guru and Jana Chartered Accountants. So to give you a little bit of a background, Guru and his partner Jana started in 2003, and 20 years later, the firm has now grown to a team size of almost 600 plus. Amazing clients, amazing brand market value, and so Guru is the best person to actually share with us how you can also do the same and what is the market looking like for 2024. So, sir, thank you so much for joining in, and excited to have you speaking with us.
Thank you very much. But just before the call, we had an agreement. You don't call anything, anybody, sir, at least me. So please
Okay.
call me by first name. That will be perfect.
Okay, I'll call you Guru. Done. And everyone who's watching in, if you have questions, please type in. We'll take it ASAP and we'll address all your questions. We'll also make an article out of this, make videos out of it, send it to your emailers if you have registered. So you guys are covered. Okay. So, Guru, my first question to you is okay, can you tell us about your journey starting out? I know you qualified as a CA in 1992. You started the firm with your partner Jana in 2003. Okay. So go back and tell us why a CA firm, and a little bit about yourself as well.
Lovely. Good. Started in, passed out in 1991. Not many jobs in Bangalore those days. So I landed up taking an assignment with Lovelock and Lewis, and I worked there for some time. Then came back to practice to see there are no clients. So I went back to Lovelock and told, give me some assignment work. They sent me to Chirapunji or Silchar or Siliguri and Cochin. That was the best times of life, going around alone, bachelor's life, nobody to ask to. And things were more easier, It was not as complex as today. Then I joined a firm called Amarna and Ananthan. There's a senior gentleman by name Ananthan there. We worked with him for 8 years. And then Ananthan wanted to move to the banking sector. That was his core specialization. But we wanted to go to the startup sector. We felt sometime in 2003, startups were just budding into India. We felt this is a nice, energetic place. Let us move there. So we started Guru and Jana after getting good wishes from our earlier colleague Ananthan. And we were just two of us when we started. Then I think we got three more. And my existing partner Prashant was there. Reddy, all these guys were almost founder members. They joined just 1 month or almost the time we started also. So since then, we have just been doing work, enjoying work, and we have reached here.
That's amazing. Okay, so we've got 50 people who's already joined us. If you all have questions again, please feel free to type in and chip in. Okay, so Guru, okay, so my next question for you is the obvious one. Can your firm has grown steadily over the last 20 years. It's one of the top 20 firms, which is not very easy in India, right? There are very few handpicked firms catering to a 1.3 billion population, right? Right. So, can you break down for us what is like from 2003 to 2009? What was the growth? You said you started with two. Can you break this down? I also read on your website you said 2010 was the year where you had Vision 2020. Okay, so take us through it all so that those watching can learn and implement it.
So
So, over
you're
to you.
asking almost 93 to 2024 in 3 minutes is quite a task, but I'll try to do as much as possible.
Yeah.
1993 to 2002, we were in our earlier avatar. We were reborn in 2003 as Guru and Jana. Tried to do everything from 2003 to 2009, did everything. We did work very, very hard. Almost those were the days we used to work 15, 16 hours a day. Then something struck in 2009 telling that we are working so hard, how come we are not able to grow? There must be something which is extremely different in 2009. I worked for 10 years now, almost 2003 to 9. We are not even 100 people. We are 90 articles out of that. We can't hire a chartered accountant. There must be something wrong. So I went back to my teacher by name Mahatriya, telling him, what do you think I am going wrong in? I knew him from 2005 and he had been guiding us all through, but 2009 was a defining moment. What is wrong with us? Why are we not growing? He told only two things. One, he told us, uh, you will have to ensure that you become clean. If you're not clean, you're not going to grow. And I go, what is the meaning of being clean? I'm clean. I have good systems, high technology, and things like that. But he made a very clear mention stating that the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. That was one sentence he told me. And the second sentence, which made a lot of sense to me, was as a chartered accountant, you have learned the nuances of the tax law, you know the corporate law, you know the FEMA, but you don't know how to build an organization. So you'll have to get some management knowledge because it either comes as an innate built thing for you, which is apparently not there. So that's the time I decided I'll take a sabbatical from the firm, go back to school. I went to IIM Bangalore based on his recommendation. And he told, let me go to IIM Bangalore. And it was a weekend course, but I didn't take it as a weekend course. I stayed back there. And my partners also were kind enough. Those days we used to get 20, 25,000, 30,000 bucks as a remuneration or whatever. They paid me and I continued there. That was that was the first time I heard something called a performance appraisal. I used to tell, Mera bet, mera kel. What does this appraisal mean? What is the succession planning? Who wants a vision? All this crap. As long as I have a house, I have a bank balance, what do you want? But I am really opened up the perspectives to build a organization, what it means to share what you have got, what it means to give up to go up. And those are the principles which I learned in IAM. But with Mahatriya, what was clearly learnt is clean the bottle from inside. Clean the bottle from inside, and that we did extremely well. Just a metaphor I would like to use is in case somebody wants to get married, they dress up the best. They tell the girl or the boy, hey boss, you're getting married, trim down. Why do you want to eat cakes? Put your tummy inside. You need to. So that's exactly what we did. We told, let's just concentrate on ourselves. Let's not go out and try to do business development. Let's not try to do what everybody is doing. The world is seeing external. Let's turn it around and see ourselves as an internal and go and see where is the soul of Guru and Jana. Where are we lacking? What do we need to do? How do we clean? So that brought in a sea of changes from 2009 to 2011-12. That brought in a sea of changes where we started telling, let's clean ourselves, whether it is technology, licenses, legality, graft. How do we select claims? Are we getting a client who wants to reduce the tax from 50 lakhs to 20 lakhs? Or are we getting a client who tells, whatever is the tax, I don't care, but I want my governance to be high end? So we started cleaning ourselves from every angle around. There was not a single angle which was left. And that happened for 2-3 years. In fact, then we realized we should have a laptop. That, imagine the level of thinking. We didn't have a laptop. And we are talking of a vision of becoming the top 20 firms in India. And when we didn't have a proper office. That was the first time we told, let's have an office. Let's have an office. Let's have an organization culture. Let's have policies. So we did spend at least 3 hard years losing claims, cleaning ourselves, cleaning processes, not cleaning claims. We didn't get. But the turn happened in 2010 to 2015, where the bottle started becoming cleaner and we started attracting claims. We had our own market, the market which wanted to be with us, and that market is expanding dramatically in India. That market is becoming bigger, where they tell, okay, let me be a nice business. It is a profitable business. It's a clean business. It is an honest business. Let's drive towards this. So we didn't have a business development pitch deck also. We didn't have a PPT. So let us just keep on looking at what are we doing in this world. So that was a defining factor in 2015. But 2016 to 2023 was very nice. We started attracting talent. Before, if I have to get one chartered, it used to be a Herculean task. But now people know that, okay, these guys are doing good work. We did not advertise, we did not write blogs, we did not have jazzy websites. We did not do anything exterior, we did only interior. So that's about it. And I think we'll continue doing only the same, we'll not do anything else. It's worked for us so far.
This is amazing. Anyone with questions related to this point, please type in. So, sir, I have this question for you. Okay, from 2002, okay, to 2009, you said you didn't even have you and Jana, yes, started it, two of you together. You said you didn't have an office, you didn't have a vision. You guys had clients, but there was no growth that was happening. Okay, so would you want to, because a lot of CA firms, mid, small size, are in this block right now. They're in this phase. Okay, so I have spoken to a couple of other CA firm partners earlier. They saw tremendous growth early on only. They early on had a very good office, had a great team. They were clear from the get go, right? But your story is more relatable. Your journey is more relatable. So break that down for us. Now, what was it that you were? What was it like in 2003, 2004? What was the mistakes? And why no office? I mean, that's a basic. So,
See, the first mistake we did in 2003, 4, almost till 9 is the words of my office. We never realized it is our office. We started thinking in 2003 to 2009, I got the client. We never told we got the client. We started thinking this is my contribution to the firm. So there's a very subtle difference if you have a firm where the partnership sharing is based on what sales you're getting for the firm. That could be a little worrisome. That is something which, I mean, you're not a professional. You're doing most of the work of business development. I'm going around meeting people and telling I'll do this work, I'll do this work. That did not have a knowledge of income tax. So I think the shift which happened is when we started moving from me to us was a tremendous shift. And how I mean by in our profession is when it is me, you are working in your P&L account as a CA firm on what is your contribution to the firm, what is your P&L account. But that's one example I always give in my firm is in 2009 or 10, somebody called up seeing a Google and they became our client. And I was sitting in the office that day and my partner Prashant was sitting in the office and the receptionist transferred it to me. So the moment I spoke to him, I went and met him and we got a very good client. He was in corporation of a company, all their compliances. That was a very good client. Now the question to raise is, whose client is this? I just happened to be sitting down receiving the telephone call. It cannot be my client. So that is very, very vital to understand that I am contributing to the firm as a peg in the wheel. I am not the wheel. So if you look at most firms where the things become is there is a distinction between a partner who started off and a partner who joined now. There is a lot of difference. It can be as simple as I sit in a cabin, you sit outside. It could be as simple as I sign checks, you don't sign checks. It could be as simple as I get more share of profit, you don't get more share of profit. And if those things are taken care, and the third point which I would like to emphasize is we need to give up. In 2009, I remember a day when all the we were the time 5 partners, all of us sat down and we told, look, let us have a business strategy of only accepting a private limited company. The reason was, what was the reason? One, you'll get compliances, you'll get corporate law, you'll get statutory audit, you'll get income tax. But of course, if you get statutory audit, you don't get the others. You get foreign exchange, you get shareholders agreement, maybe you get GST compliances, you get everything. But if it's an individual client, I don't get anything, just advance tax and a year-end computation. So let us target only clients who get us 10, 12 jobs. Let us not, and even if I get a client doing accounting and compliances, I can refer this to somebody else who's doing audit and he gives me more work. So we told, let us stop doing individual partnership firms because governance is also very less. There's no audit. If the individual has got 3 bank accounts those days and he doesn't disclose 1 bank account to me, there's no way I can know. But today's world is different. There is an audit, there is a representation, there's a process. So when we gave up that close to 800 or 1000 files, I don't remember what number of files, my partners were genuinely angry with him. This is a growing firm, we are earning money, they're giving us a 50% margin, how can we give up? But I was very, very adamant that we have to give it up, and we wrote mails to every client telling that we'll introduce you to good chartered accountants. But the clients told, these fellows have become arrogant. Some clients told, oh, you're becoming expensive. Some clients told, you're becoming easy. So we got a lot of brickbats. We didn't get any bouquets. We only got brickbats. Partners were not happy. Employees were not happy. Clients were not happy. And on top of it, I was just taking a gamble. I don't even know whether what I am telling will work. But we started with 4 or 5 companies, and the companies introduced us to other companies. The companies didn't introduce us to other private individuals. Now, if I have a partnership trader, he'll introduce me to another trader. But if I have a company, he'll introduce me to another company. And that's how we started multiplying. So all of us, we are doing 3 issues. One, it's not I, it's we. Second, we have to give up. What is not profitable, we'll have to give it up. You can't tell somebody else will take care of this, I'll do something better. That will never work. You have to give up to go up.
Amazing.
Is it okay, Chantel, or boring?
It's amazing. How did you
Yes,
bring in
what?
that shift? How did you bring in that shift in your mind that it is not me, it is us? Because it's not easy, right? It could. How did you bring out that shift? And as you had put in a couple of years when other partners were joining in, so it's still it's tougher then. So could you just highlight that as well?
See, we had only one thing, as long as the share in the pie reduces and the pie goes up. See, when you look at it from pure economic sense, if I'm getting 80% of the share of the firm and I'm drawing only 20 lakhs, as opposed to the fact that I'm now getting only 10%, but I get 4 crores. The percentages doesn't matter. So we just started telling, let's see the bigger picture. That was one. And maybe the biggest secret was I could attract good partners, people who could understand our philosophy, people who could relate to what we are telling. So actually decisions are such a song, Chantal, in the office. It just moves. We don't waste time in decisions. Sometimes in a 2-hour partner meeting, coffee break is 1 hour, decisions are 1 hour. So when we have, and all of them see it like that. I don't see it like that. Maybe we were lucky, plain lucky. But at the same time, when majority of the partners think like that, new partners also think like that. So they do, if I have 6 partners, all 6 are thinking same. And the 7th one comes, he is forced to think like that. Otherwise he's odd man out. So some people tell you are too similar. All of you are similar. There is no heterogeneity. Yeah, there is no heterogeneity, but we have heterogeneousness in work. May not be in the soul. In the soul, we are same.
That's amazing. And how do you attract these amazing partners and this amazing team? What is it? I'm sure it's not just plain lucky. There would be a strategy that you follow or something.
See, that's been worked for us. It has worked with all the partners. I know some of my partners may be listening to this also. It's worked with all of them. The underlying principle is, can he do more than what is capable of? Every time a partner, even though if you look at a founder partner, my job is to come and unsettle them. I think everything is nice. Now we have become a big firm. Now things are good. I got a good car. I got a good family. We take holidays. Now good bank balances are there. At that time, come and unsettle him. So that's been one focus thing, that we keep unsettling everybody. So that unsettling thing has become a part of life. All of a sudden, last week, you can't imagine this, 2 weeks ago, it happened, such a funny thing. I was in Tokyo for a seminar, and I was an invitee in the seminar. And I went to the Tokyo railway station. Amazing sight. Lakhs of people, thousands of people walking up and down, doing everything, but not a single dustbin. But if the entire Tokyo station cannot have a dustbin, why can't Guru Jana be like that? So I came back to office and sold this idea to all my partners. Like, boss, can we remove all the dustbins in the office? And I was surprised. Everybody told, yeah, we'll do it. There was no discussion, no negotiation. I think we'll try it out. What is wrong? And we removed the dustbin in the first day. Second day, we removed the dustbin. Now, when I park my vehicle, the cleaner in front of the office will tell, sir, earlier you used to get 9 covers. Today, I get half a cover. So, such impractical things become practical when all of us sing together.
That's fantastic. So, Guru, from what I see, the first 9 years was like it was not a very clear path. There were five partners, like a normal small firm. That's how
No,
it was.
even the 5 partners were crazy. I was very scared where Prashant, Reddy, and all these guys will run off. If they go off, I don't bet. So I told, okay, don't go off. I'll make you partner here. In fact, Reddy was such a hilarious thing. When he was an article here, not an article, he was a paid assistant. He was getting $2,000. And he asked 2,500. And my great founder partner told 500 rupees is 25% increment. I'm not going to give it to you. Then later he went somewhere else. I went and bought him back and made him a partner. I keep telling my founder partner today, because of 500 rupees, you got one guy who was sharing a largest team in the office.
That's amazing. That's good memories. Okay, so then from 2009 to 2013 is when you all did all the cleansing, you all redefined, you all gave up clients, you all like rebundled yourself, rebranded your own selves to the world, and the
Mhm.
major growth happened in from 2013 to date. That
Yeah.
was the major growth.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So what was your team size say in 2009, 2010, and how did the growth
Uh,
happen in terms of
in 2009-10, the team size is important, no doubt, but at the same time, the composition is doubly important. The team size was, we were 5 partners, all were articles. Maybe we had 2, 3 paid assistants, all were articles. And articles those days, we used to pay 1,000 rupees. So, we were quite popular among articles because of our engagement activities. It was nice those days. So, we used to get articles. Even today, we get articles quite well. We get amazing, brightest minds. But the composition changed. Now we have close to 180 chartered accountants, cost accountants, company secretaries, ACCA. We have a fantastic team of lawyers who help us in internal audits. So now almost we have an article size of only around 130, 120 as opposed to a 670 team size where more professionals are there than articles. So so the 10 years became quite fast. We grew in order to keep the articles at 110, 120 all through and keep increasing the rest of it. It is a strain on the financial system of the organization. Career-wise, it's a difficulty. And of course, some of them we will not be able to hold them for long. They move to larger firms.
amazing, amazing. Okay, so I have
One,
a
one
couple of
second. One second.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Ashwin has this question since you're talking about the team members. How do you motivate people to stay with you for so long? People come here, get trained, and go away, and this cycle continues in our profession. So, how do you tackle this?
But this is nice. Yeah, the way the question comes is so nice. I've not seen this in either Zoom or other one. See, first, Ashwin, thank you for the question. And second, they go away. That is their life. We cannot keep them. See, as long as they are yours, they'll stay with you. The moment they are not yours, they are going to go. You can't hold people from not going. The only way you can hold people from not going is to one thing, show them a career path in the organization. Second, be willing to let them go. Our job is to train them. Yeah, in their training, we also complete our deliverables. So we are not doing a favor by doing training to them. Yeah, they are doing a favor by working with us. That is very good for us, and it's a commercial matter. I may be paying 12 lakhs for somebody and he gets an offer for 20 lakhs. How do I hold him back? I can't hold him back theoretically. So we did 3 things. One, try to concentrate on people who want to stay back for you. At any point of time, your organization will be people who stay with you. If they are 15%, you are wonderful. You need not be more than 15%. And the balance 85%, they work with you, they get trained and go. These 15% hold the fort. The second is get your technology streamlined to such an extent that in case somebody quits, transition is difficult. Nobody is telling it's easy, but we are safe. And third thing is when somebody goes, let them go with a happiness. Don't let them go with a remorse, because when somebody goes out with a remorse, you're not building a relationship. You're only letting them either which ways they're going. So why do you create a remorse on that? Let them go happily. Keep in touch with them. Wish them on their birthdays. And one fine day, when they get fed up with the bigger firms, they'll come back here.
That's amazing. Or make them a partner, as you did. So, yeah. Okay. There is this other question from Yash, okay, which says his name is not showing. It says Yash Parik. He says, I'm practicing in a small city with zero clients. What approach will you take at least one to onboard one client?
That's an easy approach, Yash. You just please write to me. I'll be happy to start off with you. We have enough of work for other CAs. There is nothing called a small firm or a big firm. We are all chartered accountants. We are all chartered accountants. We are doing the same job. Small city, big city, it is the same. And it's only the starting point. Start off with some work. Do write to us. Do that. Hundreds of chartered accountancy firms across India. Many of them may not accept the claims what we are accepting. Now, if you look at, take as instance, PwC or a Deloitte, they may not accept a client who is going to pay them only 4 lakhs. I would be happy to accept them. At the same time, I may not accept a client who is paying me only 2 lakhs because my ticket size is that much. So I would be happy to pass it on to you. So do keep in touch, not with the essence that I was going that side, I thought I'll have a chat with you. That would be disturbing and intruding people. Or sending New Year greetings, nobody reads it. Or sending something. In fact, I used to do something so beautiful that we used to go to the ROC website and see if the director of a company is he's a director in 10 companies. And we see that in one company he has not filed the returns and possibly he may not even know. So only to that director I write back and tell, sir, this return is not filed. Please contact your chartered accountant. I'll never tell, please give it to me. So one fine day that relationship will come back. And second, sitting alone in a smaller city, you would not be able to get clients. Yeah, and at the same time, I would not recommend that you go out and distribute visiting cards. Visiting cards don't get clients. You'll have to show a client a value in what you're bringing. Even in a city, you could see a balance sheet of a company and try to give them what are the benefits which are available in the government to them. You can try to see in a city telling that you tell him, look, you have an intellectual property, do a startup registration, I can help you with this. So that uniqueness is what you have to bring into it. You can sit in a small city and tell them how to use a digital signature. That uniqueness is something which you have to make a market differentiator to get clients.
Okay, so Yash,
and do right away.
Okay, so Yash, please write to Guru. We have this next question from CA Kashyap. He says, he kindly give us a roadmap. Is there a process to be a partner or merge small firm with Guru and Jana? He wants a strategy
Wow.
to build his firm, and he's asking you if you, yeah.
Thank you, Kashyap. It's so nice of you that you wrote this mail. It's really heartwarming that a professional is so open in a social media. It's good signs for the profession. Finally, thank you very much. But having said that, I believe on 2 things. One, let's have an open chat. When an article trainee enters the office, the HR gives him something called make a partner program, telling that, okay, there are 30 qualities which you are required to have. You meet these 30 qualities and you'll have a right to claim partnership. You don't have to be made a partner. So everybody, and many of them don't care about the spreadsheet. Many of them tell it's a stupid spreadsheet, I don't give a damn. But out of 200 of them, those 2 care. They make the difference for us. So I can share that sheet to you, what we have, something called as a leadership matrix. And having said that, merging of a CA firm, we have not done that. I did have the opportunity to interact with extraordinary professionals recently in a company called High Fidelity. Amazing type of people. And that was the first stint with me where we had to merge our firm. I didn't know what was a merger. It has its own benefits, it has got its own disadvantages, but it was worth it. It was a beautiful experience. As long as the minds match, you have to get married. So you have to have a girlfriend, be with her for some time, date her, Then only get married. Don't get married and then suffer all your life.
Okay, so Kashyap will get the emailer, what you're talking about, and we can also send it to the others who registered. So that's fine. Okay, but we see a lot of CA forms nowadays merging, like Kirtani and Pandit did three mergers last year, right? So there's a lot happening. So is that on your mind? Because you said you just got to know about it, but you see that as a possibility for Guru and Jana to expand into even tier two cities and otherwise?
It would be a good game. I think it's a wonderful game, but the amount of I'll tell you, Chantel, one thing I was trying is in case I got a firm telling that they have a turnover of 2.5 crores. I was discussing with my partner. They're telling we can build the 2.5 crores in 6 months, or 3 months, or 2 months. Why would we need to put in that much extra effort in doing this? But I was looking at, look, it's not the clientele. We are looking at partners. We are looking at leaders. And you know what? The biggest challenge for me, we are not getting women partners. We have three amazing Durgas in our office, amazing humans. But having said that, we are 9 partners who are men. And we are 52% women in the organization with 48% men. And women bring that extremely sensitive perspective to life. The empathy they bring in is extremely different than aggressive, burly, boisterous men like us. They bring that essence of finesse to a profession. So we are desperately looking for women partners. It's not easy, even though there are some extraordinary brains in the profession, but we don't get that leadership material because of various things. They have 100 roles. For me, it is only office. Women has 100 roles to play with. So we should be happy to do it. But it's a difficult thing that you're merging for the top line. That's one of the worst things to happen. Merging for the top line is anybody's game. You just have to pay X amount of money. Finance is available today. You have a turnover of 3 crores, and today's valuation can be anything between 2.5 crores to 3.5 crores for him. To raise 3.5 crores for a firm is no big deal. Pay that money and acquire the top line. But you're just adding Excel there. That's not merging of the firms. Merging of the firms is merging of the culture. First, you have to check that whether we are thinking alike. I mean, we have to think differently, no doubt about it, but the soul has to be pretty much alike. Otherwise, mergers are just acquiring. We are not a FMCG company. We are a professional services firm. Their minds, their human beings here. There is a joy in the office, and the pedigree has to be of joy. The pedigree cannot be telling that I came from so and so. So mergers based on Excel is something which we would never advocate, even though the world would appreciate that. The world goes in that direction. But we have our own small world, which is beautiful.
What about you entering, what do you say, a new service line, creating a new service line, and there's somebody else who's already doing it, or as you said, entering a new
Absolutely.
market, right? As you answered, that's not how you operate. Just for the heck of it, you won't do that.
So, yeah, and we would like to do that. We were keen to do that. In fact, 2 years ago, it was such an interesting thing. I wrote a mail to a partner of mine by name Nilima and told her, from tomorrow, would you like to head tech? She was a senior audit partner. And in 10 minutes, she writes back, I'm done, I'm game. I'd be happy to do it. And she took a cut of almost 70% in her earnings. But now she is developing a tech team and we're looking at somebody. I was speaking to you, can you help us in Dubai? We need to develop something there. We are quite open to that. I mean, professionals meeting is such a wonderful thing. We don't know what.
Yep.
Incidentally, I met all my partners by accident. One guy I met in a bank, another guy I met in a bus stand, another guy I met in a fight. Everybody were met in unknown circumstances. In fact, I have a partner by name Sri Lakshmi. I met her in aerobics. So we met people like Chris, and I met Vijay Raja, one of the popular partners. He's extremely popular among professional community. I met him when he was waiting in a pavement talking in Kannada. So meeting professionals is wonderful always. Would be happy to meet more.
Okay, amazing. That's great. We can have like a Zoom session where I get on CA firms and people who I know in Dubai, and we could have you and a couple of others join. It will be a good
So,
interaction and
so, so, so Chantel is telling, don't come to Dubai. You please do a Zoom
no,
call.
no, please come to Dubai and that would be great. Okay, so I have this other question from Umang. He says, Guru, how important was training at IIM for achieving growth and getting the direction?
I don't know whether this is the same Umang. We had one sweetheart of a darling in our office. Amazing guy. He passed his CA, and I remember the post he had put in LinkedIn. The books of his were taller than his height. If it is the same Umang, hi man, how are you? If it is not the same umang, I think IIM training was extremely vital. It got out that importance of vision in myself. What it gave is the size, how to run a large size, how do I manage with a experience of dealing with somebody who's 10 times better than me. We got one director from a MNC firm, and he's extraordinary in his work. But how do I work with him? I'm not aware of how do I work with him. I don't know how to create a technology roadmap. I don't know how to have a market positioning strategy. So IIM is extremely vital. It can be IIM, it can be ISB, any good quality institution. You should take a break. My advice to you, Umang, is many of these have these 3-day courses. These 3-day courses would be on strategy, technology, digital marketing, finance, name it. And it costs between anything between 60 to 75, 80,000 rupees, depending on which IIM it is. Take the residential course or ISB or Birla Institute of Management or XLRI, any of these top schools. The 3 days, trust me, it will change your perspective about profession. Just visit there for 3 days. And then it will ask you to come back for more. It will call you back for more. It's like a love affair. It won't stop.
So, Guru, what course did you do exactly? And you took a complete break from work during that span. How long was it?
It was actually a course of 14 months. It was those days 14 Saturday, Sunday, Friday course. But I preferred to stay back and study the balance days in the library, meet the professors, and they're really, really helpful. Even today, I call them, sir, this is the problem I'm facing. What do you want me to do? So it was a 14-month course. It was a course called Advanced Management Program, preferably for people in profession in excess of 15 to 20 years. 15 years. And in fact, they were surprised, what is a chartered accountant doing here? So I had to go back and tell. In fact, I remember using these words with the person who was interviewing me. Sir, I know everything. I don't know how to build an organization. What is your role? You have to teach me how to build an organization. And I've not seen a large organization in India. What is lacking in India, I don't know. We are the best of the brains in the country. So that tilted the scales, and he gave me the seat. That's how I went into IIM.
So,
And it used
14
to be
months.
so difficult, Chantil. All of them are coming from large multinational companies. They know what is business strategy of going into a country. And then here I'm telling, should I buy a laptop or should I buy a desktop? So it's a totally different world. 14 months I stayed back there.
And you didn't look at any of the work, you were just studying. That's it.
No. I did work. I worked for maybe 3 hours a day. But we didn't have work, frankly. We did not have so much work. Our turnover those days was around 90 lakh of rupees or a crore of rupees. We did not have work.
That's
90 lakhs
phenomenal.
is just a turnover of 8 lakhs, 8 lakhs per month. For 5 partners was nothing much.
I was going to ask you, but I was not sure if I should ask you. But after 9 years, 1 CR is a very small amount. So the growth that you saw after the course and after what you did is massive. It's something very encouraging for everybody, right?
Yeah,
Because
at least we would have seen a growth of 80 times.
amazing.
And we
That's
are not
and
happy. We are not happy at that. We want to do more.
wow. This is really amazing. And thanks for sharing that. It's really cool. Okay.
Chantil, we are done 40 minutes. We'll go on. Oh, one more question. Shreya is asking.
No, there are a couple more questions. You have to end the call?
No, I'm okay.
There are a lot more questions. The next one is from Sri Harsha. He says, "I have been following you for many years now. The story of is inspiring of Guru Jana. Just wanted to hear from you on the strategy and plans of Guru Jana to expand across India."
Harsha, thanks for asking this. Nice photograph you have on your DP. I don't think we have plans to physically expand across India because today we are a digital world. We are agnostic of place. We are doing work in Gurgaon, Noida, Silchar. We do work in Assam. So we do work across India even today. We don't travel. COVID times taught us many, but we were before COVID only paperless. So even before COVID, we used to work. We have one partner who loves to visit clients. So he travels quite a lot. Otherwise, you don't need an office in Delhi to do work in Delhi today. So the chances we move across India is extremely less unless you have leaders who are smart, who will head your organization, because finally we have to give it to the second line. We have to move on. So unless we have leaders who attract us, in fact, there was one wonderful friend of mine who moved to Jaipur after her marriage. So we opened an office there. She was working in Guru Jana. We opened an office in Jaipur. Then once she moved out as a leader and she told I would like to step down, I told, no, we came here for a leader. So we do serve Jaipur clients sitting in Bangalore. So I don't think we'll open physical offices. And by the way,
Okay.
Harsha, if you are in Bangalore in a couple of years, you in a couple, 6 months or something, visit our office. You'll like it. We are expanding now in the same place. It's a open office with trees and very nice.
Amazing. That's amazing. So we have this other question from Shri Krishna. Okay. He says, how IT automation is helping you to scale your CA business in the next 5 years?
Thanks, Krishna. Actually very scary question because we don't know. We don't know. We are, as I told in the start, we are trying to clean up, clean up, clean up. But IT, I've been cleaning up for 10 years. From 10 years, I'm cleaning and it has not started. It has not stopped. So we don't know how it's going to hit us, how it is going to affect us. But I think IT automation as a service to clients is what we would like to look at. More than getting IT into the company of Guru Jana and trying to improve our deliverables, we would like to take IT outside Guru Jana and offer it to service. So I think that is what we are looking at. In fact, we are trying to look at that in Dubai. And I was talking to Chantel before coming to you. And IT could be a service what we could offer to clients because we are accountants. We know the process. We know IFC. We know what is GST. We know what is transfer pricing. A techie does not know this. Techie does, and you know what happens, Krishna? A techie is amazing in creating the technology tool. But before the tool, we have data. After the tool, we have data. Nobody is responsible for that. So, as a IT as provider or as a chartered accountancy firm or a finance firm, if I can take responsibility of the data before, get the technology implemented, and take the responsibility of the data after and hand it over to him, that would be a market differentiator. Because you can go to a SAP, you can go to a Zoho, which is a very nice tool. They'll give you the product, but nobody takes responsibility of the data. So if you could couple up data responsibility with accuracy, with validation, with training and technology, that could be a good service offering to the world. And nobody can know numbers better than us. We know which number is missing.
Okay. I hope it answered your question. Okay, I have this question. Okay, how, which is very important. How will technology like machine learning, generative AI, okay, impact the way CA firms function right now? And I'm not saying in the next 5 years, but right now in 2024 and onwards. And
So it
if you
could,
want to tell us a little bit about your tech stack.
it could be very, very vital because you see, when GST came in, GST audit went. And if you look at the e-invoicing which is happening in India right now, if the e-invoicing happens for everybody, if it is a 5 crore rupees or a 2 crore rupees e-invoicing happens, you don't even have GSTR. And if I buy from a e-invoicing guy, I don't even need GSTR 3 and 2A reconciliations. You are done already. So ML, and if you take any of your 133 notices which are coming right today, it's a crazy thing. We're getting 133 notices for salary returns on a daily basis. We get somebody who has claimed a salary TDS and he has claimed a LTA or a house rent allowance and somebody clicks no. And that is actually a generative AI or a ML already in the making. So we are already into it. That's not the future. We are already into it. And from the tech stack point of view, we don't have a tech stack greatly. We just use what SaaS applications are there. But we don't concentrate on what is the quality of technology. Just to give a paraphrase, Excel is itself a fantastic tool. We don't even know 10% of Excel. So you're looking at the great tools, but we don't know what we are using out of the tool. So in fact, we keep telling, don't waste time on the tool, pick up some tool, become a master of implementation. You have hundreds of tools in audit. There is an Azure AI, a very good tool called True and Fair View. There are tools which the CA Institute gives free of cost. Hundreds of tools. But just concentrate on how do you implement, and that could be the tech stack for you. So if your tech stack is having 6 tools, you are in the wrong direction. If your tech stack is having 1 tool, but you have 9 implementation strategies, you're in the right direction. Just implement the tech stack.
Amazing. That's amazing. Also, I'll just bring this. That's a great way you explained, right? Also, how will there's a lot of talks about AI and machine learning overall, right? We see a lot of big fours investing a lot of money in technology, and it's automating stuff literally, right? So, how do you think this will impact, a firm like yours and those who are tending to grow?
So
What and what do
it
your
would
clients
impact
expect? Yeah.
it would impact dramatically, Chantal. It would be very, very big impact, but in the short run. I'll give you some examples when transfer pricing came to India. The story was going only the multinational companies can do transfer pricing, nobody else can do transfer pricing. But the myth was broken so soon that people started moving across. Everybody trusts transfer pricing within a period of 6 months to 1 year. When GST came in and the structure study talks came in, they told GST is so complex, nobody can do GST structure study. Now, the same thing is happening with essence of things like where you're talking about XBRL filing. When you're looking at ROC XBRL filing, originally they used to use terms like which you get scared. Then I went to a seminar in Surat and somebody was doing it in just like this. So initially, all this AI ML would impact, but the business models are changing so fast. Some startup will pick up that AI ML and it will be made available to the open demographics. So that a huge curve of learning is not going to be there. It is not going to be there that in days only the MNC firms can do. Today there are tools which are helping us in doing in days. Even I can do in days. So the tools will become extremely demographic. Yeah, the larger firms have the advantage of more technology, more knowledge, more management bandwidth, more money. But the democratization will happen when a startup picks it up. There is a startup which I was going through called Zenny in US. Now I'm able to do US accounting with that tool, a beautiful tool. And there was a startup which called Puzzle. And those days, only the large players used to do SAP. Today, everybody from Surat to Silchar, from Kanyakumari to Jammu Kashmir can do Zoho. So it's become very different. It's not going to be such a big impact on any of us because the market we are addressing will not get impacted so badly. It can get impacted at a Lipton level or Hindustan Lever level. But I'm sure it was not going to get impacted at ABC Private Limited, which I am doing. So there's market for everybody.
Amazing, amazing. This is a great point. We have Pranav. He says, "Hello, Guru. Do you feel CA practices becoming very capital intensive with investment required in tech tools, competitive remunerations, and increasing regulatory oversight? And how do smaller firms take care of all this and grow?"
I think there is a huge advantage in your question. It's not a negative for us. Firstly, there's no capital intensive. All the tech tools are SaaS driven. You don't even pay money as you use it. It's all SaaS products. You're getting some amazing tools for 10,000 rupees today. And most of the startups are giving tools free of cost. So tech tools are available without a large cost. Yeah, at least we should have good technology in terms of cyber security. It may cost you 4-5 lakh of rupees for cyber security. For a SOC 2 audit, it may cost you a lakh of rupees. So that basic element of 7-8 lakhs to keep your security and processes clean would be the only investment, which today for any CA firm is not very large. But where you have to look at the biggest challenge is the regulatory oversight. See, for a larger firm to change itself in the regulatory oversight environment is very difficult. They're huge elephants. But a firm like ours with 600, 700 people, or any of the firms with 150, 20 people, we can dance tomorrow morning. This came in the essence of PMLA. When September 3rd, if I remember the right, was the PMLA ruling that chartered accountancy come in PMLA. And that was becoming quite scary for people. PMLA has come, I don't. So that was the time we changed, let us change gears. Now nobody will tell I want to be a director of a company on a simpliciter. The institute allows us to be a director simpliciter on the board. Now I'll project it to the market. PMLA has come. Nobody is becoming a director in this company. Because nobody is coming as a director in the company, I'll become a director. I'll take insurance, I'll build PMLA tools around it, I'll create data, I'll create dashboards. And instead of charging 50,000 to be a director, I'll charge 2 lakhs. So there's a huge opportunity for regulatory oversight right now, more than anything. Now, if Institute has started QRB, the QRB itself is a regulatory oversight. So the opportunity is opening up for us. It's not closing down with increasing oversight. Now, if a listed company is coming under NAFRA, if the entire world is a little worried that NAFRA is coming in, that is the time Joshi should pick up and tell I'll do NAFRA audits. Because the market is now open. It's no longer a red ocean. It's a blue ocean now. People are telling, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Wonderful. That means I've got 4 people out of the system. I have only myself sitting and hitting on that. So you should take it as a big opportunity. The more regulatory oversight, the better it is for us. That is where you need to be very sure about your soul. Have you cleaned it enough inside? If you've cleaned your bottle enough inside, you are confident to take up anything. I had some extremely bad experiences. I can't share it in the social media, but such experiences which could have killed the person from inside. just because I signed the balance sheet and I was the whistleblower. Everybody from NAFRA to CBI to everybody, but we came out victorious. We came out victorious in 9 months, and now I tell the world, look, I have seen it all. I don't mind looking at a company which has got NAFRA breathing around the neck. It's good for us. Let's go in, swim there. At least there is a good regulation. And smaller the firm, the better it is, because smaller the firm, the boss is involved directly. The bigger the firm, the senior partner is not involved. The associate partner is involved. The senior manager is involved. Before the audit manager is involved, 4 people are involved. Here, you and I are sitting and directly seeing the GL. So it is even better for us. The risk is much lesser than larger firms.
Okay, that's amazing. Guru, we have a lot more questions because we have 80 people online and there are at least some 7 to 8 questions already that I have to take. Plus, I have 3 questions. Is it okay?
It's okay as long as people are not getting bored. I think I can stretch up to 5, 10 at least.
No, no, they are. They are. So we have this question from Ayush. She says, "What are the strategies you follow to network with relevant people, especially clients and CFOs?"
Ayush, a very good question. My suggestion to you is don't network. The reason is, if you're a CFO of a firm, if you open his inbox, he gets 7 newsletters from the big 7 in India. After that, every other CA sends a newsletter. Then he gets meetings from bankers. Then he gets meetings from investors. He gets meetings from all the multinational firms to come down and sit there. He gets meetings from all his friends. Now, when will he do work? He doesn't have time to do work. So my suggestion is leave the CFO alone. Leave the CFO alone and somehow establish that small tinge of mind frame. You have a share in his mind in your own unique way. Don't disturb him. Don't go to him. Don't ask for appointments. Don't send your credentials. But I'll tell you one small couple of small tips. Send him a questionnaire about digital signatures. Ask him the questionnaire, where is your digital signatures? Do you know how many people have used your digital signature? How many people have your passwords? Would you know where all it is applied for? 4 questions. Send a letter for him. He opens it and sees it and throws it outside. It's perfectly okay. Send a second question. You are the CFO of a company. Are you aware that vendor registration form 1, you have to collect the income tax returns of the vendor details. You have to collect the MSME returns. I'm sure you would be doing this. Please answer the questions and rate yourself. Out of 5 questions, he'll rate yourself 4 and throw it in the dustbin. Third time, he's looking forward for your questionnaire. What is this guy telling me? What is this guy coming and telling me? You can tell a questionnaire of what all is there in the website of that company. You're required to have your registered office address. You have to have your SIN number. You have to have your email ID. You have to have your balance sheet. You have to have your MGTs filed there. Put 5 questions. Send it to him. And make that stationery unique every time. And it's your creativity what you're going to do. Every time you have to think and send new ones. Now, if you send this for some time, he's waiting for you. You don't have to wait for him. He's waiting for you more than that. So that what you want to send him is your creative bucket. That is where your left brain has to think very hard. Keep thinking what I should send him. How should I? I'll give you another example. Send him a simple note telling that the overheads of your company is 22%. Similar companies, I downloaded it ROC, A, B, C, D. The overheads are 12, 18, 14, 15%. Please check. Question mark. Ayush Agarwal. Done. Now a CFO wants, and this is 3 minutes for him.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. That's a great point. I'm sure it will help Ayush. We have this question from Shweta. She says, "Good evening. We have a firm with 2 partners, and how do we get new partners? As I understand that specialization of each partner is very important, and provided there are numerous acts, rules, and regulations, it would be ideal for a firm to have partners with specializations." So,
Yeah. Hi Shweta, how are you? I think you're from Mangalore, looks like. I think I had met you also. Wonderful. You both are very good partners. I think you'll have to look at it this way. Don't look at new partners. You just look at how much more you both can take. You both have enough to do in the next 3 years. And once you become a critical size, getting partners is much more easier. When you're a smaller firm, when you and your husband are partners, when you and your brothers are partners, it could become difficult for you to get more partners because even for him, he's leaving a corporate job and coming. Or you will take somebody who's lesser than you. That's no use. If you take a partner, he should be better than you. That's what would happen. If you take a partner who is below you, you're just hiring a glorified manager and trying to train him. That would never work. Wait for some time, concentrate on yourself, grow your firm, and then take it from. Umang is telling yes is the same, darling. So if you keep growing up, I think you would you create a niche for yourself, create a market for yourself, be extremely focused. You will attract partners. They'll come to you. You don't go to them. They'll come back to you. I get even today. I get so many calls for meeting people. They'll come to you. You don't go to them. Just become aware of yourself. Work on your core competencies. They'll come.
That's amazing.
If
We
you
have
if you go to a hotel which is dirty, people will always come to a nicer hotel. Make your hotel as nice as possible.
That's an amazing pointer. We have this question from Rishikesh. She says, "Hello, sir. What role do you think a managing partner plays for growing the new firm, and also ways to build on his new firm? Building clients, etc."
See, Shishikesh, it is not the role of the managing partner to get new clients. It is the role of every partner. And what the managing partner will have to do is only two things: show the vision to the organization. Now, all the partners are able to see till 2024. It is the job of the managing partner to show them, look, we can go to 2027. And this is the route. Unless you create a larger perspective to the future, you're not a managing partner. Managing partner is not a salesman to get more clients. But managing partner is the person who will show the other partners, telling that earlier you were handling a team of 10, I would like you to handle a team of 50. Earlier you were handling 20 audits. Can we see how do we grow to become 80? So, and that is how people stay with you. See, even with an employee, if you give him freebies, nothing works. It's like the Karnataka state, nothing works because we gave freebies. But at the same time, if you are going to challenge an employee, push him ahead and show him that when you joined in 2017, you were like this, today you are like this, he's going to stay with you. So the managing partner's role is showing the future and challenging the existing team. And third, unsettling the office. Constantly think to unsettle the office. ये ठीक नहीं चल रहा है, कुछ और करेंगे. This happening, we'll do something more. This happening, every year at least have one major unsettling thing. If you don't have one major unsettling thing, you're not doing the managing partner's role. This year, I want to go to Dubai. And unsettle the firm in such an extent, the other partners should think, hey, pagal hai. Kuch bakta hai. But only if you are trying to be impractical. That's why you're a managing partner. If you're practical, you'll be a senior manager.
That's a great point. That's a great point. We have this question from Rajesh. He says, "Hi Guru, so I'm staying very close to your office in Bangalore. How can I fix a meeting with you?"
Just send a LinkedIn message, Rajesh, anytime. Saturday looks to be okay. We can meet at 4. Saturday 4 you can drop in, but just fix a LinkedIn message.
Okay.
Jana, Mantaram.
Okay. We have, there are so many questions over here. We have this question from, let's take this from Yashwant. Did I take this question? Uh, he says, making a partner is not a straightforward decision. Okay, so how do you go about the process at various
Yeah.
stages?
Hey, guys, you should see this guy's LinkedIn post. It's really nice. I know Yashwant quite well, even though he meets me often. He has asked a question in LinkedIn. And mind you, I didn't ask him to post. He has posted on his own. It is not a straightforward decision, Yashwant. Yashwant has got a very pretty wife. She's an amazing chartered accountant. She was a product of Guru Jana. That's how I met Yashwant. Yashwant, when you met your wife, you never knew her. You took a chance. You'll have to take a chance. Just go by the gut feeling. We are not a larger organization like a multinational firm having 20,000 people. We are a small organization. We can read minds, and our strength is the gut. Go by the gut. You feel, oh yeah, it will fail. Let us fail. What is that? You fail hiring 4. I failed miserably hiring one partner. That was a miserable failure I did. But he gave me some good lessons. I have a lot of gratitude for him even today. That's perfectly okay. Take the decision, and more than trying to take the right decision, take the decision and make it right. That's more easier. You can never take a right decision. You just get married to the girl you like and make the marriage work.
That's a great advice. Okay, so we have this question from Manoj. He says, "Nice to know your journey. Can you give some insight on where do you see accounting automation for SME, MSME in the coming years?"
So accounting automation would happen. A lot of things, right now it is expensive. If you take a Zoho scan or a Verify, it's a little expensive, so it's not happening. But down the line, it will all become free. So don't invent anything. There will be hundreds of market tools which are coming. When the market tools coming in, just adopt one, and practically accounting automation will exist because the nature of the country is like that. We are generally not people who are systematic. Not that we are wrong, because we are fast thinkers. We are super fast thinkers. By the time two transactions are happening, we are already thinking my accounting ratio. So automation will automatically happen. Just pick up one tool. Don't reinvent the wheel. There are 100 tools in the market. You can just send me a LinkedIn message. I'll give you some tools. Just adopt them. Right now, use the cheapest tool. That is the easiest decision to take. And once you implement the tool and once you see some returns out of the tool in terms of the fact that it is freeing you of reconciliations, it is freeing you of data entry, then go to the next step. Don't waste time choosing the tool. And don't waste time inventing anything. There are billions of innovations happening. You just have to adopt it. Our job is finance. We are not here to invent tools.
Amazing. This is my question for you. When you look at global accounting practices, so where does India stand? That's one. And any suggestion to ICA or the government that will help CA firms grow better? If you want to take this.
ICA is doing quite a lot. In fact, we need to appreciate they're doing quite a lot. You can see the institute in 2008 and today it's
Yeah.
digitally transformed. DCMM has come in, QRB has come in, peer review is adding meaning. In fact, there is no institute necessary today. Most of the webinars are happening in the web.
Yep.
And for the fact of it, we have to have a lot of things that all the guys who are sitting in the institutes are not morons who are losing their personal life, personal practice, and giving up their life for CA Institute. So they are given up. I think they're doing quite a lot of it, but I don't think ICA can do much. They have done what they have to done. They have given the legal framework. They have given the networking framework. It is up to, and if you look at the situation, if the government tells, okay, audits have to be democratized, everybody has to do audit. Honestly, Chantal, if tomorrow I get a Reliance Industries or I get the Tata Power, would I have a 700 people team have the capacity to handle something like that? I'll find it hard. First time I may do a Tata Power easily. Along with Tata Power, I get 4 more Tata Powers. Where will I go? We don't have the, and let us face the fact the country is just seeing some sort of a renaissance in the profession for the past 10-15 years. Things, income tax refunds have gone, GST filings are gone, GST refunds are coming, incorporations are changing. Digital signatures is the best in the world. We have the largest MCA website in the world. Things are changing dramatically. So government is doing what it has to do. It is up to us to make it happen. And bringing regulatory restrictions would not be my cup of tea. Finally, the MNC firms have the same Indian sitting there working. They don't have a Brit coming and running the rules. It's the same guy. And today, the other trend which is happening is a lot of MNC firms are having breakaway firms. Only in Bangalore, I can count at least 30 to 40 firms who have moved out of MNC, started their own. So the same practices are there. It's only a time factor. E&Y, KPMG and all built it over 200 years. We are here for 18 years. In 200 years, we'll be as big as them.
That's a great perspective. Okay, that's well answered. The next question is, have you ever considered joining an international network firm, and your take on who should not? Because we see a lot of it happening. So, what's your take?
See, Chantal, when the girl is pretty, everybody are suitor. So we are a pretty girl. Everybody have been speaking to us, but we are very core to our systems. We are a very, very Indian firm. That level of Indianness is so deep in us that we want to not just see. Finally, it happens. All of us are social entrepreneurs at some time. At some point of time, none of us need money. We have enough. None of us need money at one point of time. So to create something on our own is something which is very, very vital. An Indian firm can become a global firm. We are not a global firm. We are a tiny speck of dust. But one day this dust will make noise. So I don't think we'll network with any of them right now. Even though we love working with everybody, we get work from everybody. I have some dear, dear friends in all these firms. I go and knock their doors and they're very helpful to me. I've asked formats to people, telling that, can you give me this format? And they've given to me. So I don't think we'll look at joining an international network. I would look at rather creating something where people would like to join us.
Okay, okay. If anyone has any more questions, I think we're already time up. I can't see any more questions. It could be my system is not showing that to me. But sir, do you have any message to those who are starting their firm or want to grow their firm in 2024? You know what I really find so inspiring about you is about the way Guru and Jana has transpired is in a span of 10 years, I would say, right? You guys have really 80 times your revenue, 80 times the growth. So that gives a lot of people hope that you can in a short span of time, right? 10 years. You don't have to wait for 30 years to grow to that size. So what are you looking at in 2024 and your advice to those with small firms? I would also like to add, what is the biggest challenges you still face today? Okay.
So, see, the biggest challenge we still face today is attrition. People will quit. They have their lives to take care. They have their families to take care. The second biggest challenge is, even in an organization like ours, respecting people's sentiments. As long as we have respect for the other being, I think we are done. Even today, all of us are in the same culture, we are the same soul, but there are differences. Not that we are hunky dory and having a bed of roses on a daily basis and we have a honeymoon period. We do have our differences. I think the pangs of maturities of mind is the biggest challenge we would face. Somebody is a little more mature in a scale of 1 to 10, some is 10, some is 6, some is 14. So I think that is the biggest challenge we would face. And the approach to the smaller firms is, I mean, the wrong word in the question is the small firm. It's a firm. That has to be the mindset. It's a firm. So as long as you have the mindset that you are a firm, and when we started off, I used to tell my partner Jana that we'll have a notice board for putting birthdays for people. Jana told you we are 3 people. I told Jana, we are 3 people today, but when we are 300 people, what do you want to do? I want to start a practice today. So he used to laugh at me, but over the years, he knows what I was doing was right. In the first time when I started the office in 2003, we had something called as HR manual. And those days, nobody had HR manual. I got it from one of the clients I was working for. And Jana was laughing at me, what nonsense is this, Guru? HR manual for... We were all put together, one temporary staff, one office boy, and we both, and we had one single table. What HR manual we have? So as long as we get that out, and please come to practice, there is enough available. In an industry, maybe you get 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs to start off with. Trust me, it's not so difficult to get it. You have to know that in an industry, you get worn out by 40, 42. I was speaking to one of my dearest friends. He retired as a managing director of a large global company. He had lunch with me and he was telling, Guru, I'm retiring now. So what about you? I told him I'm starting now. And we are at the same age. So practice is too good, and the earning curve and the learning curve in an industry goes up like this. But trust me, you catch up so fast, and once you catch up, you just hit the road. You go to the north. Initially, you lose, but in the learning curve, in your recognition, in your peace of mind, in less of offerings to the world, and you building your own brand instead of working for a brand, you catch up the curve in a period of 4 years. And after 4 years, you go on, and they're looking at retirement and gratuity and pension plans, and you are creating gratuity funds for your employees. There's a whole lot of difference.
And plus, India's growth right now is tremendous. So
Oh,
that's another
India,
story.
in fact, somebody was telling, what is your chances of abroad? People abroad are coming here. Why will I go? We are sitting in the greenest pasture in the world. Why would I go abroad?
Yep. Yep. Cool. Guru, I think we've taken a lot of questions. Samir has this last question. If you want, you can take it up, or you could just give a closing message. It's up to you.
Samir, if you could just send me a message, I'd be happy to reply to you because this is a longer one. But the closing message is the profession is doing well. India is doing superb. Extremely gangoistic of India. Very proud to be an Indian firm, to the extent that the office I am sitting now is a Mysore office. We call it as Ambari. Our Pune office is called as the Marathas, and the Bangalore office is called the Vande Mataram. And we always hold up a sleeve, upper sleeve, telling that I am an Indian firm. So India is doing well, and I think we have the future in our hands. It's up to us how do we take the future.
That's amazing. So, yes, sir, thank you so much. Thanks a lot, Guru, for the
Thank you.
time. Thank you so much for everyone joining in and your questions. You can always email Guru whenever, whatever questions you want. As you know, he'll answer every question. So, or you can, yeah, that's about it. So, thanks a lot for
Thanks,
the time.
Rachel.
Thank you everyone for joining in. Have a great
Thank
day.
you so
See
much.
you.
Have a great day.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
See you. Bye. Thank you.
How do I put this off? I got it.
End